Hello. Hey. How's it going? How do I sound at the moment? Because I've changed more settings. As is the thing that I do constantly non-stop, even though I really shouldn't. How do you sound? Just keep talking to yourself. That's how to do it. How do you sound? Just keep talking to yourself. That's how to do it. Oh, I'm coming through like, okay. Just keep talking to yourself. That's how to do it. Oh, all the gains all the way down. Just keep talking to yourself. That's how to do it. Oh, all the gains all the way down. Just keep talking to yourself. That's how to do it. Oh, all the gains all the way down. Just keep talking to yourself. That's how to do it. Oh, all the gains all the way down. Just keep talking to yourself. That's how to do it. Oh, all the gains all the way down. This is it. This is the stream, the entire stream now. Gains all the way. Shut up, me. You don't know me. You don't know the things I've been through. So, once upon a time, we were in a little tutorial. I don't believe in this game we were playing, so it's a completely different game. Excuse me, door? Can I help you? Dude, 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 dude. What was the game called? It was like the Hero Trial base. This'll do. Nice. So we were following a tutorial for this. We're following tutorial number 2. Interactive level design. How do you know like where to start? Filter tutorials. Visual. Beginner. How to move with collisions. So we did that. Maybe we should learn how to do a platformer, because then it would tell us how to move from scratch. Does mean that we'd have to create another game. But then again, it does have a video. Oh, you can't see anything. Doobie 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 doo. You. There we go. Okay, let's start with the platformer tutorial. And then we'll...
This is the quickest way to make a platform.
Hopefully learn how to move. As opposed to just being like, and then put in the movement stuff. Like, okay, yeah. How do you do that again? Hey Penguin, how's it going? How's life? Are we chilling or are we killing today?
The platformer in GameMaker. I'll start by making a new project. So just select the blank template, give it...
Stressful? Oh, sorry to hear it. Yeah, it's been alright. I made the little one a toy kitchen. It had many parts and took me half the day, but we did it. That's all that matters. We accomplished something that was stressful and made us want to quit. No, it's fine. It was fine. It wasn't that bad. I exaggerate. Yeah, sorry about your stressful day. Music seems a bit loud. Yeah, I don't know how much children actually use that stuff. So hopefully she does. Otherwise it's going to be very awkward. Just that entire kitchen set being in the corner of the room, just rotting away. But yeah, this like the whole roleplay thing. Kids love that shit.
Give it a nice name and hit let's go. We're gonna need some sprites, so I'll drag this package file into GameMaker. You can get this from the description. Click on yes, then add all, and finally import. This will give you some sprites here.
Sorry, I was looking at something completely different. Sorry, could you just pause for a second, Mr. Man? What is that? Looking at my scenes, and there's something in there that I don't remember putting in. Oh my god, Streamlabs, I hate you so much. Why do I continue to use you? What's this? What are you? Browser source? Okay, well, it doesn't seem to be anything. It's okay, it can just stay there.
Let's go. We're gonna need some sprites, so I'll drag this package file into GameMaker. You can get this
or we can make our own sprite
from the description. Click on yes, then add all, and finally import. This will give you some sprites here, and there are two that we're going to use. One for the player, and one for the ground that the player will stand on. I am actually going to rotate this ground tile in my game to form slopes. So if you want to do that too, make sure you set its collision type to rectangle with rotation. With that said, let's go and make the objects. I'll make two of...
Right, all I'm hearing is make sprites. It's spriting time. When they start being interested in stuff. She was all over it earlier, but it was more opening the doors and the drawers, trying to topple it over herself. You know, all that kid shit. Dude. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited for when she knows how to use it, like what it's for. You go. You. We have the sprites, do we not? We already have the sprites. Why have you told me to download the sprites? They're already in the package, aren't they? Sprites?
them here. The first one will be...
So do we have objects? Oh. I'm in the wrong thing, that's why. New project. Close project. We want to start this one. Platformer. In visual, please. I believe I got Cramp Twins stuck in my head last time, and I was just thinking about it. And guess what's not stuck in my head? Am I allowed to play this? Does this count as... I don't know, just play it, who cares? Version 1 and 2? Why was there two versions? What happened in it? Oh, is it like an updated version? Oh. Huh? Man? I'm gonna play it. Shut up, I'm gonna play it. Such a banger. Has no right to be that good.
Be obj_player, and the second one will be obj_ground. I'll give obj_player the...
Okay, so we know this stuff. Object. Characters? Player. You've already got the object player. You've already done this. Am I following the same thing. Am I following the right tutorial? I'm playing as a pig, and I'm playing as a pig. Wait, is that a pig? Mine's like a gerbil. What are you? Oh yeah, you're definitely not a pig. 100% not a piggly diddly. So, yes. Let's have a look. In the player, it already has all the stuff. I guess this is so I can look at it and watch. It is. So we need to start like a brand new one. Entirely new blank game. Make our own sprites. So first we need our character. Do you start with the legs down? Because then you actually touch the bottom. Makes sense. I'm happy with that logic. Yeah, look at this guy. Look at this guy. I feel like his head's not big enough though. Needs a bigger head. Just so we can put more in it. He's got a mushroom head. Yikes. Okay, and then he's like, oh no. Oh no. Oh no. And then the tears. Do you want to animate him? Do. Of course we want to animate him. What's the worst that could happen? How do you animate someone? You go like, pwah, 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 and then pwah. Still crying. This is what you came here for. 2, 3. And then I'll give him one more. For the LOL final, absolutely. 100%. I like LOL. Just don't have any time for it. Do 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 do. Wow. Be good. I enjoy watching it. It's like football. Like I enjoy watching football. I don't necessarily enjoy playing it. There we go. How does that look? Slow it down. Is 5 the magic number? Like it's still a bit too. There we go. That looks like he's struggling with life. I'm sorry, dude. I'm sorry. Such is life. Life is suffering. And we want a ground. Bush. Do we just have it like that? No, we want grass. A grassy top. A grassy top. Bah, 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 bah. There we go. Minecraft. I've reinvented Minecraft. Hadn't played it for years. Yeah, but now you get to go to the final. That's where the big players are. Why aren't I drawing? Is that already that color? It doesn't look like that color. God, it's so good. I'm so good at graphic design. And then like blocks at the bottom. Do 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 do. Wow 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 wow. Yum. Look at that. Look at that. Is that, or is that not something? Definitely something. I would need to delete these little bits, wouldn't I? Can you fill nothing? You can in other things. I'm not sure if you can in this. But can you fill a deletion? Just go through each individual pixel. That's how much care and attention I'm giving this game. Where'd the music go? Doobie 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 doobie. Yeah, there's definitely a way, but I don't know how to do it. Is it that? No. Hey, there we are. We got us something. Pretty poggers indeed. Yeah, I really enjoyed watching the finals. Even though I watch it and I have no idea what's happening. It's like, there's a lot of colors on the screen right now. I hope someone's winning. Hope they're having a good time. Object and object. I should be naming these. Spur player. Spur. Floor? Oh, so gorgeous. Why is it so gorgeous? Object. Player. There we go. Wait, have I done that wrong? Yes, you have. Do you want floor? Wait, undo, undo, oh god. Delete, delete, undo. Yeah, you're not supposed to be for floor. How do I redact that? Oh, okay, just like this. So the sprite for floor needs to be, you guessed it, player. I mean floor. And then what?
The player sprite, and then the ground object, the ground sprite. So that's all the objects we need. Now let's go into the room over here and make a quick level. I'm gonna select the background layer first and change its color to blue. Then select the instances layer again and start placing obj ground into the room. So I'll add a few here, and I'll also add one, stretch it and rotate it to make a slope. Then I'll duplicate this to make another slope, and then you can go and add more platforms if you want. And also make sure you add the player as well, don't forget about them like I did. Now we're gonna program the movements of the player. So let's open obj player.
Okay. So we know how to set up a room. Hey Still, how's it going? Long time no see. How have you been? Yes, I've been good. Thank you. It's been a very muggy day. Been very warm, but also it's rained a lot. But yeah, I built a toy kitchen. That was pretty much the majority of my day. Have I done anything else? No. Literally nothing else. Yeah, that's it.
I'm gonna add the create event, which runs when the instance is created. So here we can define the properties and variables of
A toy kitchen. Yeah, like one of these. Like one of these dealios. See if I can find the exact one. It was something similar to this one here. Yeah, it's somewhat similar to this. So it had like a dishwasher section, it had a oven and a proving drawer, and it had a fridge with a ice dispenser. Yeah, very cool. Thought you meant in Blender. I wish. I wish I was that far. Not yet, no. I was building something completely different in this new game engine they call IRL. I hate it. It's so unintuitive.
of the player. If it asks you to choose,
See, I'm just gonna stick to Game Maker, yeah. So we've got player. So this guy's actually going to teach us from scratch how to move, which is good because before it sounded like I should have already known how to move.
between GML.
So how do you do it before? Oh, it was like weird values, like you had to... Oh, you had to assign your X by whether it was left or right, and then if it's -1 or 1, you move in that direction on the X-axis. Yeah. Yeah.
Code
I wonder if it makes more sense in code.
and visual. Just go with whatever you want to use. This video is going to show you both ways.
I mean, just looking there, it's like move right equals keyboard check? I don't know.
Make sure that you enable don't ask me again for this project before you hit OK. Inside the event, I'm gonna make a few variables. First, we have move_speed. That's how fast the player is gonna walk.
Okay.
Then we have jump speed, which is the force that's applied when the player wants to jump. And then there's move X and move Y, which tell us how much the player needs to move in any given frame.
So we've assigned those values. We wouldn't need to assign gravity because that's inbuilt in Game Maker when you use the physics, right? In coding, just an FYI, the equal sign actually means assigned, not equal. Oh, so double equals means equals. That's when it really equals. Okay. So going back to that. So global player control. I'm not sure what that relates to in the visual. So move right equals keyboard check for D. That's the equals, okay. So move right is... Wait. What does assigned mean then? No, move right is assigned to keyboard check. And then do you need to assign what... I don't know why I'm asking these questions. It would make more sense for me to just learn coding. Because I don't even have the fundamentals down. Player control is checking equals. If... What? Huh? Am I EA yet, son? Not too far. Not too far. Only 15 more years and I'll have a Steam page up, okay? You better wishlist me, or else I'm coming for you. Cheeky, do you know anything about, like, coding? Have you ever coded anything? Because all I'm doing at the moment is just using the Lego block visual system. It won't let you type global player control. Maybe it's thinking that you're trying to hack the mainframe and develop the interlopers. JavaScript and Python. Okay, you're like a million miles ahead of me then. I know some Lego, and I love my Lego.
Visual, just go with whatever you want to use. This video is going to show you both ways. Do make sure that you enable Don't Ask Me Again for this project before you hit OK. Inside the event, I'm gonna make a few variables.
We can do that. So, wrong thing. So, there we were, assigning our variables. Under what? Step? Oh god, I've already missed a bit. Create. Okay, so you create it and then assign it variables. So, assign variables. We want player speed, jump speed, can you tell us yet? Speed.
First, we have move_speed.
Oh,
That's
move
how
speed.
fast the
Would there be a difference between player speed and move speed?
player is gonna walk. Then we have jump speed, which is the force that's applied when the player wants to jump. And then there's move X and move Y, which tell us how much the player needs to move in any given frame.
So move speed is how wait, what?
Do make sure that you the event how fast the few variables.
Okay, so move
projects
speed is how
before you
fast.
Inside the event, I'm gonna make a few variables. First, we have move_speed. That's how fast the player is gonna walk. Then we have jump speed, which is the force that's applied when the player wants to jump. And then there's move X and move Y, which tell us how much the player needs to move in any given frame.
Okay. These must be built-in variables. Make a function for variables. Yeah, there's a lot of things already inbuilt. So if I did X, what was it? X. Move X. So move X, move Y. What do we have?
Now in any given frame, we want to take input from the keyboard and move the player accordingly. So we can do that in
So move speed is 4. What's that? Is that 4 pixels? Or would that be 4 tiles? And then why have we got move X, move Y as 0? We've got them as 0 because we're just assigning the values. So we don't want like move X to be 1 because then we would just be moving right all the time. Correct?
in the step event. This event runs every frame, so you can read inputs, move the player, and program any other behaviors that you want. I'm gonna make this event
So would all of my assigned variables always be in create?
full screen so we can see everything more easily. Now in the event, we're gonna take input on the x-axis by first of all taking input for the right key, then taking input for the left key, and subtracting the left value from the right value.
Because then that gives us a 1 or -1.
So this way we get 1 if you press right, and -1 if you press left, and
Memory.
of course 0 if you press
Memory.
left. And that value is saved in the move x.
When you first assign a value to a variable, that's referred to as initializing. First assign a value to a variable. So would initializing always happen in the... Oh yeah, because you don't always assign values in the create, because you'll have it in like some step functions. Or yeah, some steps. So initializing then, that would always be done in create? Does it need to be?
X variable. Then I'm gonna set the same variable again, but this time I'll multiply it with the move speed value. So if our move speed is 4, then instead of 1 or -1, we're gonna get 4 or -4. So that's how far the player ends up walking.
I don't know why, like, this guy is telling me near exactly the same stuff as the previous tutorial that we tried. And this actually makes sense. The other guy just not making sense whatsoever. So keyboard check. What does VK stand for? Virtual keyboard? Right. Keyboard check, VK right, minus keyboard check, VK left. Watch me completely forget that. So under step events, we are assigning variable. Assign variable. And this is move X. Move X, move X. So it's a parameter in the function or an argument. So initializing is when you first do it, and then a parameter or argument when it's in a function. So this would be either an argument or a parameter. Yes? So move X. Okay, so this would be check. Check. No. Check keyboard? Check. Keyboard check. Damn it. Keyboard check. So then in here you would put in VK underscore right. Minus keyboard check VK underscore left? Right and then left. Why would it be right and then left? I don't know. Why does it need to be in that order? One day you'll throw the block away and then break out Notepad and go at it. Yeah, I'm just gonna code in Notepad. That's me now. It could be done, I assume. Has anyone coded a game in Calculator yet? Was I even close with what I said though? Or am I a million miles away? So assigning a value in create would be initializing. And then what I'm doing here is function? Or would that be an argument? Or am I just completely missing the point? Old school programmers use Notepad. Okay. Cool. Like hardcore programmers. Actual programmers. Not drunk children like me. Dicking around, crashing the party. Dush. No, I wasn't. Okay, cool. I'll stop asking questions. I'll just follow my tutorials. Everything should click at some point, right? And move X times move speed. Oh, don't capitalize. That's a no-no.
Now if the player is falling, we want it to stop if it touches ground. So we're gonna use this condition to check if there's ground 2 pixels.
So, from the other tutorial that we did with the bouncing balls, we just applied physics. And then that stopped each of them from like passing through each other. Why are we not doing that here? I'm just assigning variables or initializing variables. Oh, okay. You're calculating so it's not initialization. I'm gonna have to crack out the notepad just to make notes on all the lingo that I definitely need to remember.
Pixels below the player. 2 pixels is a safe.
So, if object at place, is this what the physics was doing though? No, it was no. Wait, what? Are we gonna do completely something different to the other tutorial when it was like go back to the previous position?
If a range to check, then just 1 pixel below. So if a collision is found there, we set move Y to 0 so it stops moving vertically. Then if you are on the ground and you press space, you should be...
You assign it move Y because move Y is at 0. It just is 0. So that's a conditional Boolean. Boolean. Let me refresh my memory. 2 secs. Anyone want a McFlurry? You can't, because it's all mine. Ooh, what's this? Oreo? Sick. Getting distracted by McFlurries is the best type of distraction. Right, let me follow along. So if object at place. Right, let's follow the logic. So a Boolean is just something that is true or false. I need like a chart or something about all these words. What was the other thing? So that you've got Boolean, you've got... That's a bool. A bool? So what's the difference between a bool and a Boolean? And there was like a... No, we don't need to go like too far into all the words that I've learned. Just continue with the tutorial. It's the same thing. Oh, okay. Good. So if object at place, this place is the floor,
be able to jump y to 0, then taking input for the left key and subtracting the left value from the right value.
Who wants a
So
mukbang?
this way we get 1 if you press right, and -1 if you press left, and of course 0 if you press nothing.
Yes.
And that value is saved in the movex variable. Then I'm gonna set the same variable again, but this time I'll multiply it with the move speed value. So if our move speed is 4, then instead of 1 or -1, we're gonna get 4 or -4. So that's how far the player ends up walking. Now if the player is falling, we want it to stop if it touches ground. So we're gonna use this condition to check if there's ground 2 pixels below the player. 2 pixels is a safer range to check.
2 pixels.
If there's ground 2 pixels below the player. 2 pixels is a safer range to check than just 1 pixel below. So if a collision is found there, we set move y to 0 so it stops moving vertically.
Okay. So this is already different. So, okay. If object at place. Wait, if object. Which object are we talking about there? So the y2 is the... Yeah, well the y2 there is 2 pixels distance between them. That makes sense. So how do I read this? So we've got if object at place. So this is the, I'm assuming that means self. Self, okay. If the player is at place, the place being object floor y2. So 2 pixels above. Would that need to be relative? You can't see my screen. Yes, okay, cool. Nice. See, I am learning something. Relative, yep. And then we have, if this is happening, then assign variable move speed. No, assign move y. Wait, what? Okay, because the assigned variable and if object at place aren't connected. They're just on the same page. That's fine. Stop panicking. These two are linked. So here we would have move y to 0. Yeah, cool. Got it. Done. Ship it. It depends where the 0, 0 coordinate. True. So where is that? So we would need to go to... Would that be on player or sprite? To determine where the screen has 0, 0 coordinate is to know how the movement is when you do y plus or y minus. So what's this? Is it under player or under... That's right, so what's this? Is this not the... Oh, I've just made another sprite. Sprite. You need to be player. Okay. Go to edit sprite. So what's this? Is this the coordinate? So this is the origin. So do I want... I probably don't want it to be top left. Probably want the origin to be center or right at the bottom on his legs. Would it be bottom center? Would that work? The origin is the 0, point. So okay. So would it be bottom center you want the origin point to be?
Then if you are on the ground and you press space, you should be able to jump. So within this same condition, we're gonna add another condition to check if the space key was pressed. And in that case, we're gonna set move y to negative jump speed, so it moves up with the jump speed amount. Now at the end here,
You are throwing so many words at me. The Cartus chord system? Who knew that coding was so involved? I guess we'll work it out through trial and error anyway. Because if he like stops at a weird position, then we know that the origin point is wrong. Why would you not have move? Why would you not have... Wait, why is it minus jump speed? Why would you have jump speed? Have we assigned jump speed? So jump speed 16. Why would it not be jump speed is minus 16? Wait, jump speed. I'll put it in. Hopefully it will make sense eventually. Plotting points in middle school. I don't remember everything's name. I barely remembered school to begin with. Okay, Ducati's chord system. Roger. If key pressed, space, then assign variable x. I'm confused between like x speed and x move. It's jump speed and move x. Oh, sorry, move y. Is this on the y axis? Of course. Minus jump speed. Just minus jump speed? Is that right? So there doesn't seem to be a space between these.
I'm gonna add an else. This is after the condition that checks if we are on the ground. So the else is gonna run if we are not on the ground, meaning we are in mid-air. And in that case, we want to apply gravity to the player. Now even the gravity should have a limit. So if the player's y speed is below 10, we increase it so it gets to 10, which is the maximum gravity that we're gonna allow. Now all of this comes together with the move and collide function.
Right. So, if this is all true and correct, then what the hell's physics about? I thought we were doing it here. Thought this is where we can apply physics. Work on your algorithm analysis class. Ah! Kicking your butt. You can do it! You can do it. Remember, you are the sun. You are the sun yet to rise. You got this. So I guess we're just not using the physics anymore, which is a shame. I liked it. So now we are saying if at object, then you can jump. If not at object, okay. If variable, okay, I might need to just run through this bit again.
We increase it so it gets to 10, which is the maximum gravity that we're gonna allow. Now all of this comes then else move up is after the jump speed amount. Now at the end here, I'm gonna add an else. This is after the condition that checks if we are on the ground. So the else is gonna run if we are not on the ground, meaning we are in mid-air. And in that case, we want to apply gravity to.
I'm not doing an if, I'm doing an else. So if this, otherwise do this other thing. Assign variable, what would it be? Move. What's up here? Move y minus something.
To the player. Now even the gravity should have a limit. So if the player's y speed is below 10, we increase it so it gets to 10, which player's y gravity to the player. Now even the gravity should have a limit. So if the player's y speed is below 10, we increase it so it gets to 10, which is the maximum gravity that we're gonna allow.
Every step. Okay. So else. If move y is less than 10, then assign variable of I move one relative. Is that correct? Wait, again, I'm not showing.
Now all of this comes to
move y less 10. Okay. I think it's making sense. There you go.
together with the move and collide function. This function moves your instance while avoiding certain objects. So this one is gonna move us by the move X and move Y amount that we set, and it's gonna avoid the obj ground object. Finally, to get the player turning left or right, we want a condition to make sure that it is moving. So we're gonna check if move X is not 0, and then we're gonna set the image X scale to the sign of move X, which gets us either 1 or -1. So if we apply that,
sign is just 1 or -1.
To image X scale, the sprite will flip. Now run the game and your basic platformer is ready. You can walk, jump, fall, and even walk up slopes. Platformer we're gonna allow. Now all of this comes together with the move and collide function. This function moves your instance while avoiding certain objects. So this one is gonna move us by the move X and move Y amount that we set, and it's gonna avoid the obj ground object. Finally, to get the player turning left or right, we want a condition to make sure that it is moving. So we're gonna check if move X is not 0, and then we're gonna set the image X scale to the sign of move X, which gets us either.
If variable move X is not equal to 0, so it's like more than 1, less than -1, no, more or less than 0, then assign the variable of it, the image X scale, to that sign, which will either be 1 or -1. But the move X itself could be a greater number. So yeah. We've tried how many tutorials, and each time it tells us to do something different for moving. He said, hiccuping inside himself. Move. Move and collide. Where would this be though? Where would this go? Where do you want to go, son? It's like the best place for you. How do you do that?
That it is moving to 10.
So you're after the else. So assign variable move X. Keyboard check if it's left or right being pressed. Name variable? Wait, no, this is wrong. What's that supposed to be? Move X. Okay.
We increase.
So object colliding with ground, and then X distance is whatever you've worked X out to be, Y distance, whatever you've worked out Y to be. Oh. Let's move, Y move.
This one is gonna move us by the move X and move Y amount that we set, and it's gonna avoid the obj ground object. Finally, to get the player turning left or right, we want a condition to make sure that it is moving. So we're gonna check if MoveX is not 0, and then we're gonna set the image X scale to the sign of MoveX, which gets us either 1.
If variable is MoveX. If variable move X is not equal to 0, then signed variable of, what was it, X angle image X scale. To the sign of MoveX? Yeah.
Or
cool.
-1. So if we apply that to image X scale, the sprite will flip. Now run the game and your basic platformer is ready.
But we need to build the map first. But we want the background. Wait, how do we make the background just a single color here? Okay. Does he do that flip thing? Ha, no way. Ooh. How do I flip it and reverse it? There we go. Will it work? I don't know. Right, let's have a go, shall we? Oh, we haven't put the player in. Damn it! He even said, don't forget to put the player in. Guess what we did? Yer. Let's go. Oh no, didn't work. Something's wrong. Is it because player is too close to the floor? No, it's just crashing. Everything's crashing. Are these two not allowed to touch each other? There shouldn't be anything that says they can't. Let's try that again. Have a look at the error. Object player. So what's wrong with you? And the create, move speed, jump speed, move X and Y. Not that, is it? No. Right, I'm gonna have to pop to the loo super quick. I'm gonna BRB. See you in a sec. I was on mute this entire time. You. Why move? Move Y is not a thing. So now you gotta work. No. Why move? Oh, if Y move not... If Y move... Oh, it is less than 10.
So this one is gonna move us by the move
Y less than 10, move Y 1. Move... Wait, why move? Move Y. Oh no, wait, what? It's move Y, not Y move. Wait, what? Move Y. Move Y. Is that it? Is that the thing? Yes, it is. Hey, Anna, how's it going? How are we? Do. Oh my god, it's working. Oh my god, you can't see anything. There we go. Look at him go. But do we move? We do not move. We do move. Oh my god. And we jump. Oh, sick. Sick action platformer. But we can't quite move on the boxes because the boxes are boxes at the moment. So the collision must be wrong. Is that it? Wait, is he going to tell us that that's an issue?
X and move Y amount that we set. And it's gonna avoid the boundary condition to make sure that it set the run walk up slope and your basic platform to image X scale.
Did you say something about the collision of the...
Make sure you set its collision type to...
Yes. Oh, he even told us to do that earlier. Yeah, doing well, doing well. Learning slowly, but still learning. Because it doesn't matter if you learn slowly if you forget even quicker. Yeah. I was doing something. I was doing something. Rectangular rotation. For the player? No, for the sprite. Floor sprite? Type. With rotation. So now this should allow me to actually walk up the hill. Douche, 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 douche. Oh my god. Oh, so good. So good. Why have you frozen? Why have you frozen? Why are you not jumping? Okay, so there is a limit to how... Why are you not jumping? What's going on? Oh my god, even my character is moving left to right. Ah, it's beautiful. Beautiful. But why are you having issues jumping? Why can't you walk up this? Interesting. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's a a future me problem, but we've got we've got an amusing movement going. So,
rectangle with rotation.
Is that it?
Of move X, which gets at either and even
Nice.
walk up.
Game complete.
There's a written version of this tutorial that covers more features, like properly walking down slopes and fixing a common issue with this function. So make sure you check that out from the description. We also have more videos just like this for you with more GameMaker tips and tricks, so check them out.
Now, what would happen if I set the origin point somewhere else? I think I know what would happen. Right. So if we have you centered top, and now play. Yeah, there we go. Oh my god, we can play as a worm. Just stays there forever. This is his life now. Doobie 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 doobie. Right, so that is that one done. There was more. There were more. Have a look at other tutorials around this area. So this is the written tutorial that goes through something else. What is that other thing? So instead of this, does this make sense to me? So move X is either left or right. No, it's literally seriously a completely different kettle of fish here. I'm not sure about that. It's too scary. This coding is too scary. I'm gonna stick with my Lego. Right, where's this issue that the guy mentioned? Here. Yes, that's what was happening. Let's fix moving down slopes. For this, we're gonna add a code just before checking for the jump input. We'll check if there's no ground where the player is going to move, and then we'll check a few more pixels below in case there is ground. Just a bit lower than usual. This is how we'll check for a downward slope. Okay. Okay. When it finds a downward slope, it transfers the horizontal speed, move X, into downward speed, move Y. We know it's downward as we use an absolute to convert negative values to positive. Then we set move X to 0, so there's no horizontal movement. Okay. Let's put it into practice. Where does it go? Is it next to the if object at place? Is it just copying this bit here? I probably shouldn't, but I'm just going to copy this. Object at place. Oh god, you copied the entire thing. Don't do that. Okay, yeah, just don't do that. So, if object at place, where do you want to go? There? Here? Where do you want to go? It looks like you just follow on. Is that right? That looks better. I feel like I've 100% ruined something here, though. Object ground, move X relative 10. So if object at place, so 2 pixels below, then all the other stuff we were doing. But now, if object at place, the object at floor, the move X speed, no, move X and Y I'm not sure. Yeah, this is way over my head. Wait, have I just done this completely wrong? Yes. Where is this? Where are you getting me to put this? Where is this code? Like, what are you following from? If key down where? What key? Key pressed. I have no idea what that is. I think I'm just confusing things. I'm gonna get rid of you. I like the jumpy stuff. I like the jumpiness. Oh god, okay, let's just rewind here. Reset everything. Is that okay? Is that good? Looks better. I'm not sure where to put it in the code. You seem to be following on from something, but I don't have a if key down. Yeah, we haven't gone through that. Oh well. Do. Limiting movement. Okay. It can be useful to limit the player's movement to avoid it getting faster when hitting ground above or below you. This is due to its vertical velocity being directed towards its walking speed. This can be avoided by specifying maximum speeds in move and collide, which are the final 2 arguments of that function. Oh, so we can just use the same thing. Oh, we can use the same. I don't know why I'm not showing the screen, but yeah, everything I just read, it's there. Here, so max X movement is just your move speed. Like, we're not going to be zooming left or right. is move X. No, move speed is just your move speed. And then max Y movement -1. For Y. Let's try that. So I'm like hitting the roof. And I should just be dropping down, should I? And now I am stuck. It's just an intentionally hard game, okay? Didn't really help me though. Okay, so one of the axes was being transferred to, well, I mean, the Y was being put into the X. Is that what we're saying? So it's vertical velocity being directed towards its walking speed. Yes, okay. I'm not sure if we did. Did we do collisions? Did we do collisions for blocks? Oh, because it's a different type of block. These got a triangle. Okay. Easy enough, he says, knowing full well we won't remember it by the morning. So that's you. What else was I to do around here? How do I find the Game Maker tutorials again? So we could move. Oh my god, we can make a game where we move. Oh, we can move left and right. And up and down. Am I interested in up and down? No. No. Create a pickup. I think we could create a pickup. Animate objects. We don't know about animating objects. Add multiplayer? Nope. Create and animate GUI. How to platformer, how to make your own platformer? Oh.
Windy Woods is a template in GameMaker that has all you need to create your own platformer. It already has a first level built for you and the second level is empty. So let's fill that empty space and build our own level by creating new paths, adding blocks and enemies, and while doing that, learning how the room editor in GameMaker works. After you start GameMaker, create a new project and down here select Windy Woods. Give your project a name and click on Let's Go.
So
your new project will now open, and because we used a template which already has content, you can click on this play button here or press F5 on your keyboard to play it. In your project, you will see all the assets that are used here in the asset browser. Levels in GameMaker are created using room assets. This template has 2 levels and the second one is mostly empty, so we'll be building our own level here. Now when you run the game, you have to play through the first level to get to the second one, and that's gonna result in slow testing when you want to run the game and test the second level that you've built. So let's make it so the second level opens first whenever you run this game. In your asset browser, click on this space next to any room. This will open the room order menu.
Cool.
Here drag the RM level 2 room and put it above RM level 1.
That makes perfect sense.
Now whenever you play your game, the second level will open first. Now double click on RM level 2 and let's start creating our level. You edit your level in the room editor using GameMaker's layer system. There are layers for various things with different names, but basically the icon tells you what kind of layer it is. For example, this is an instance layer which has all the objects in your game like the player, coins and enemies, and this is a tile layer containing all of the ground tiles that the player stands on. Now this particular instance layer already has some message instances that are displayed in game which we don't need. So right click on this layer and delete it. Let's now carve a path for our player.
I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna open up a brand new project. Completely blank. Call it Westwood, Ontario, Westwood on the move, Westwood. It's just called Westwood. It's called Westwood. Why? I don't know. So we've got Westwood on the go. We want to design some sprites. Create sprites. How many times do I need to make this sprite? Okay, sprites. What's my best sprite? Who was it? Was it from... I think it was IDK Man. How do I do all of them? Push. Importing files to a sprite is not an undoable item action. Why? I mean, I can't undo it. Add image. Right, U5? So sad. So sad. Why is he sad? We'll find out. We want another sprite for floor. So we get to design a whole new floor. Cool. Such beauty. Such orange. Is this supposed to be that orange? No. It's supposed to be like more muddy. How would we get rid of these pixels using the fill? Fill tool. Erase tool? Okay, that does the same thing. Does it matter? Yes. Should I be focusing on other things? Maybe. It's just relaxing. Oh god, I goofed. See, art is a very important feature to my game, as you can tell. There we are. Necessary. So now we can create our objects. Oh yeah, we should probably be naming stuff. So, spur. Oh yeah. Spur. Round? Yeah, I'm gonna keep to OBJ. Object ground. Okay, so now we can, in our room, the background blue again. Oh god, just undo, undo. How did I do this last time? Yep. Okay, so we've got the sky. How big do we want the game? How big are you allowed to make it? I want to be quite long. Background properties. Inspector background. Oh god. How did I change all of this stuff before? It's probably gonna be fine. Don't worry about it. Forget about it. Why are you not pasting? Oh, because you're pasting the sprite, not the object. You fool. Go. Round. Player. So now if we play that, why aren't you detecting this as a game? Okay, there we go. Here we are. I guess you can't see him crying. That's sad. Let's go into a player. Let's assign them some variable in create. Assign variable. What was it? X. Was it X move or move X? X move? X move. X move? X move. X move. Move. Okay, move Y. No, player speed, move speed. Move speed. Move speed. 4. Don't want to jump speed. I don't want to jump at all. I want to go left and right.
Inside the event, I'm gonna make a few variables. First, we have move underscore speed. That's how fast the player is gonna walk. Then we have jump speed, which is the force that's applied when the player wants to jump. And then there's move X and move Y, which tell us how much the player needs to move in any given frame.
Oh my god.
Now in any given frame, we want to take input from the keyboard and move the player accordingly. So we can do that in the step event. This event runs every frame, so you can read inputs, move the player, and program any other behaviors that you want. I'm gonna make this event full screen so we can see everything more easily. Now in the event, we're gonna take input on the x-axis by first of all taking input for the right key, then taking input for the left key, and subtracting the left value from the right value. So this way we get 1 if you press right, and -1 if you press left, and of course 0 if you press nothing, and that value is saved in the moveX variable.
Okay. Then we want player add event for step, assign variable move X is keyboard check VK right minus left. Not showing the screen. Good work. Good workies.
Then I'm gonna set the same variable again, but this time I'll
multiply the move x by move speed.
multiply it with the move speed value. So if our move speed is 4, then instead of 1 or -1, we're gonna get 4 or -4. So that's how far the player ends up walking. Now if the player is falling, we want it to stop.
They won't be falling, but okay. So then move x is move x times move speed.
If it touches ground. So we're gonna use this condition to check if there's ground 2 pixels below the player. 2 pixels is a safer range to check than just 1 pixel.
Do you need to do any of this if you don't plan on going up and down?
Below. So if a collision is found there, we set move y to 0 so it stops moving vertically. Then if you are on the ground,
hey, Yusuf, how's it going?
You should be able to jump.
We
so
good?
Within the same condition, we're gonna add another condition to check if the space key was pressed. And in that case, we're gonna set move y to negative jump speed so it moves up with.
So what I'm thinking is, if we don't want to jump, then why add anything to do with y? He said. Using y. Well, that didn't work. Wait a second, because wait, firstly, VK left, VK right. I want VK, is it VK? Would it be VK? How do I just input like a keyboard thing? Would it be, could I have VK right? Wait, VK check D? And then left? What engine? This is Game Maker. This is the visual scripting section of it. So it's looking like this at the moment. I get to add all my little boxes. Just play Lego. What do you use? We've had a bunch of different people coming in using different engines, so it's been really interesting. So at this point, should I be able to move? So what have I done? Let's see. Let's follow along.
The jump speed amount. Now at the end here, I'm gonna add an else. This is after the condition that checks if we are on the ground.
Unity and Unreal. Ooh, which one do you prefer? I'm guessing Unity. Because I was just getting into it, I had this big debate with myself and with chat about what engine I should be using. I kind of just landed on Game Maker because I like the visual scripting side of it, and it just clicks with me. Passes the vibe check, as it were.
So the else is gonna run if we are not on the ground, meaning we are in mid-air.
Oh yeah, but people told me to stay away from Unity at the moment, so I obliged.
And else, This is after the condition that checks if we are on the ground. So the else is gonna run if we are not on the ground, meaning we are in mid-air. And in that case, we want to apply gravity speed is
We don't care about
moves your instance
that.
while avoiding certain objects. So this one is gonna move us by the move X and move Y amount that we set.
Okay, so we're missing the moving collide. So can we just add it here? And collide. Could try Unreal. I did try Unreal for about 5 minutes. It may have been because I had an entire room, like a 3D room, that was probably using like a lot of lighting stuff. It just started lagging my stream, so I stayed a bit clear from it. But is it sort of the same idea as what we've got here in Game Maker? It was up there. I think my 3 choices were definitely Game Maker, Unity, and Unreal. I was debating trying Unreal first because it lets you do the best thing in 3D. But if I'm just starting off with 2D, then maybe it's a bit unnecessary. How did you decide? And what makes you switch between Unity and Unreal? Love to know the people's psychology on how they actually choose. So Unreal is their visual scripting called Blueprint. It was just for a complete beginner, like an absolute noob like me. It was a bit too much. Like, this is intuitive. But when I got into Unreal, I was like, what do I do now? Where do I go? Could have watched a tutorial, yes. Game Maker is better for 2D. Oh, perfect. Yeah, I think I made the right choice then. That's why I landed on Game Maker originally. And also there were a bunch of tutorials, even on their thing. I don't know what you call it, the engine. Like, as soon as you load up a new project, it gives you the option of opening up like tutorial projects, and it gives you like a link to the YouTube video, so it's very beginner friendly. So object ground, do we need to care about colliding with the ground if we're not jumping? So X dist. We only care about move X, don't we? In this game, you move both up and to the side. But I'm just trying to make something that you don't jump. So I wonder how much I actually need to copy from the tutorial. Okay, probably everything. Have I tried Unity? No, I haven't tried Unity. But people were telling me to stay clear. Apparently it's getting some bad rep at the moment. But it was, I think, it was up there. It may have been my second choice. I haven't actually played around with it. I've downloaded Godot, Unreal, and Game Maker. I didn't get around to Unity. At the moment, like I said, I'm just playing around with the visual stuff. Does Unity have a visual scripting?
select the collision tiles layer, which has opened up. This
tutorial.
And it's gonna avoid the, we want a condition to make sure that it is moving. So we're gonna check if MoveX is not 0, and then we're gonna set the image X scale to the sign of MoveX, which gets us either 1 or -1. So if we apply that to image X scale, the sprite will flip.
You haven't tried it? So how long have you been coding for? What's your history? Like I said, I'm like super new. Like I kind of understand how coding looks and kind of some very basic principles of it. So I thought I could dick around myself in the visual scripting more than I could with the actual coding like a big boy. I think I'm gonna have to look at a different tutorial. This is something that I wanted to try actually. I know everyone hates ChatGPT, but how good would ChatGPT be for helping me with visual scripting? Like, I don't want it to just give me code. I want it to teach me the fundamentals of visual scripting. Hey. Gotta find some way of learning. Visual scripting in Game Maker Studio DOS, but all spelt correctly. 2.5 years in Unity, 1 year in Unreal. Ooh. It helps you so much. So, like, code? Like, I can understand how that would be really helpful, even though it does probably throws you a lot of curveballs every now and again. But visual scripting? If it can teach me how to do that, I'm gonna be happy as Larry. Whoever Larry is. Right. I want to make my player move just left and right on a 2D plane. Do you understand? Do you understand? How do I do? So with ChatGPT, did you start with that, or did you get into coding a different way? Did you go to like school or do a course on it? I am entirely just YouTube taught. Like just going through these videos. Okay, well, it's telling me some information. It doesn't just throw you the code, it explains it. Yeah, that's good. It's a good teacher, even though sometimes it is very incredibly wrong. When you didn't know that GPT existed, ooh. So then it was just like a massive help. You're like, is this actually gonna help me? And it turns out it's perfect for that task. So we've got nodes. Wait, am I reading? Should I be sharing the screen? Maybe. Maybe. Let me bring up something super quick. What the heck are you doing? Okay, I'm just gonna share GPT for a second. A lot of game jams. Yeah, it'll give you like the motivation and the push, and it's not like you can just fizzle out because you've got a deadline. GMTK game jam? I am, if you're saying for my benefit, I'm 100% not ready to do any sort of game jam. But thank you. Although I do make a kick-ass sprite. Oh, where is he? There he is. Look at him go. Isn't he glorious? He's always crying. Always crying. What did he do? I don't know. Wait, you didn't see any of that, did you? Wait, did you? Us. Should have arranged this beforehand. Obviously, this was going to come up at some point. But let's get this on screen. Source. Window. No, you can't see it. It's just me being an idiot. GPT. Go. GPT? Yes. But also, no. Is that good enough? All I need it to be, just good enough. So how many game jams have you done? In your 2.5 years? Where should I put you there? Right, does this work? Don't need that massive gap on that side. Not doing that. Okay. And go. Transition. Good enough. 4 game jams. So in your gaming development career, how soon was it that you actually joined a game jam? Was it pretty early days, or did you leave it a while? Okay, so here we have our new teacher. To create player movement, oh my god, and we can also maybe get them to just read it out to us because we're lazy. Failed to play message, oh my god. Just play the message. How hard could it be? Okay, we're not going to get anywhere with you. So we have... We want the object... Add the step. In the step event, you want to check for input. Use the key press node to detect if the player is pressing left or right, or A and D. Move the player. Use the set X position node to move the player left or right based on the input. Now, I don't want to be that guy, but this is making just complete sense to me. I understand nodes. I don't know why all the other tutorials are teaching me to do different ways. So, person, player. Let's get rid of all of that. Because ChatGPT told me. Okay, let's do a step. Use step. So what was it? If key pressed? Key pressed. Would it be key pressed or key down? If key pressed, right, then Is this my first game? I think technically this is the first time that I'm not following a tutorial. So yeah, this is my first game. It's called Westward. Why? I don't know. It's the first word that came to my head. But I've got no idea what I'm doing in it. I haven't done a game design document. Just goofing around. If ChatGPT actually helps me out with the visual coding though, I think that's best case scenario, because I'm just getting too like caught up with how all the different tutorials tell me to move in different ways when actually this is what I expected it to be like. Because one of the very earlier tutorials had exactly this. Oh wait, no, is it gonna be like, oh no. Let's do it and we'll see what it's like. And then if it's wrong, we can tell it off. So if key pressed, set X position. There is no set X position. Set instance position, sequence, movement. What about the detailed breakdown? Create a step event, to step, drag the check key pressed, set to the left or A if you prefer. Connect this to a subtract from variable node to decrease the player's X position. Use X variable, which represents the player's horizontal position. Okay, it started out so well and now I'm not understanding. Oh, if it's left, then it would be... Yeah, you're right. It would be subtract from variable. Use the X variable, which represents the player's horizontal position. Computer, on computer, I don't know what CPU I have, but my GPU is a 2080 Ti. So it's not terrible. You guys can disappear for a second. Okay, so if key pressed, then movement. I really need my other monitor to work. I put you here, squid you a bit, reset this. What are you doing? Come back. GPT, I need you. Can't do this without you. Fit. Stretch? What are you doing? Why are you playing up? Oh my god. Okay. GPT, you can just disappear for a second, okay? It's too late for your shenanigans. What do you mean remove those two items? There's just the one item. Fine, remove both of them, both of the whatevers. Do I stream every day? No! I am the worst streamer ever of all time. I am so inconsistent. I have been known to disappear for months on end. So we have add event, choose step. We've done check key pressed. When you say check key pressed, it's not check key pressed. It's if key pressed, which is fine, I guess. We understand that. Connect this to a subtract from variable. There is no subtract from variable. I guess I need to assign the variable. I guess we could do that. Create assign variable. Do we actually know what to do there? You're not helping me. You're not helping me, ChatGPT. I thought this would be easier. I thought you would give me a step-by-step, but you're misrepresenting everything. Still thinking, what should I do? What is the answer? How big is Unity? Just if I were to download it. Start a 30-day pro trial? Can I just download for free? I'm not selling a game. I'm literally at the stage where I'm asking ChatGPT to tell me how to put my Lego blocks together. I'm not there yet. Yeah, GPT, I don't think it's quite understanding the ins and outs of the visual scripting just yet. That's okay. It'll get there, which does mean that I probably should go towards the actual coding bit. That could make things more complicated. When I say could, it's 100% going to make things more complicated. Yeah, let's download Unity. What's the worst that could happen? Hey? Seriously, what is the worst thing? Okay, it's up and let's give it a go, shall we? Does GDevelop have a coding language? I think so. I think GDevelop. Do I have enough space? I have enough space. GDevelop. Let's have a look. I think GDevelop might even. Is GDevelop the one that you can do it on your phone as well? Don't they have like a mobile app for it as well? That is not correct whatsoever. No, I'm using Game Maker. So this is GDevelop. Wait, why aren't you showing? It's right there. Why are you playing up all of a sudden? GDevelop, there we go. Does Game Maker have a coding language? Yes, it does. Couldn't tell you what it is. It's one of the C's, is it? It's just called a GML. Game Maker language, I assume. Yeah, okay. That's it. So, yeah, this is the other thing why I'm not sure about learning a specific language. Is what if I don't end up liking the language? What if I find that I like an engine better? And I'm gonna have to learn a new language? I'm sure there's a lot that will translate over, but I don't want to reset. I don't want to have to restart.
Platformer in Game Maker.
Shh. Shall we have a quick look at Unity? So similar. Yeah, I assume so, but I kind of want to commit to one. I'm gonna have to make a whole account. Fine, if I must. Take all of my information. Okay. So, bring up Unity. I just want to see what it's about, what it looks like. Because I definitely don't like Godot. Unreal, yeah, we've established isn't probably the best one for 2D. When I did some research before, all the games that I kind of liked were all done in Unity. Where are you? Okay, you're supposed to be sending me a code. Where's my code? Oh, wait, what? Did I do this a while ago? Have I already got an account? It's gonna be one of those deals where oh, I do. That was ages ago. Thanks, Two Factor. Unity has made some changes. Yeah, I heard. No one liked it, apparently. Did the change affect yourself at all, Yusuf? Just 2 days. Oh, wow. Easy. So what is different? Is it just some of the language that they use? Like, how much of it is actually different? Other than them having different, like, file locations and all that. That's something that I liked about Game Maker, is that it just gives you all of this stuff. It's like, hey, here's a bunch of files you can use. While when I loaded up Unreal, it was like, create your own files. Do it yourself. Hey, loading up Unity. Oh. Install. Okay, well that's installing. Let me know if the quality of the stream absolutely tanks. Probably will, because I've got terrible internet. Some templates, but Unity is so bad at that point. What about having templates? Or it just being bad in general at the moment? I'm gonna have to... This was something that someone else brought up, and I should have listened. I should just be listening to people that know better. But for some reason, I'm like, no, I want to be rebel. I want to learn visual coding and play blackjack and have hookers. Wait, what was my point? Got distracted by blackjack and hookers. Point I was making was, oh yeah, is that I'm gonna find it very difficult to find tutorials and resources that help you in visual coding. Any templates? Okay. But it does have a visual language, doesn't it? Visual scripting. It's gotta be the same thing, right? How to make a game. From 2021. I like beginner stuff.
Hey everyone, and welcome to the channel. Today we're diving into the world of Unity game development, but with a twist. We're going to explore the amazing tool of Unity visual scripting, perfect for those who want to create magic of visual
just see what it's like.
Components. If you want the explanations for the nodes and other elements of visual scripting.
Oh, so tell me, how did you get into game dev? Like, what's your history, if you don't mind me asking? I want to know how people got into it to see what route I should be emulating. Because if people are self-taught, then I want to know, like, how did you do it? If people went to, you know, courses and degrees and all that stuff, then maybe I need to reassess my tactics.
I'd suggest checking the links to all my videos in the description below.
How to rotate
so that you can understand
game object.
how exactly they work. Now let's create a mini platformer game where you control a character and jump over obstacles. All the logic for the movement and jumping will be done through visual scripting, showcasing its power. Open up Unity Hub and create a new 2D project. Once the project loads up, right-click on the hierarchy pane and create a new 2D square sprite game object. Click the player game object and then go to the inspector pane and click on add component. Search for script machine, select it, and create a new graph with the name player.
So this is already far more complicated than Game Maker.
Click on edit graph and click on full screen to maximize the script graph window. Now this is where we will add our variables.
Oh, okay. So you just did it yourself, downloaded Unity. Yeah, Unity would have been my first choice. Then after a year you learn about Godot. I don't like the look of Godot. I don't know why. Just doesn't tickle me. You made your first game using a tutorial in Godot. Nice. Like one of the... Is it like your own game, or was it one of these tutorials like I've been doing in Game Maker, where it's like create asteroids and then you create asteroids? Or did you actually do your own game in it? Learned using tutorials. Cool.
Nodes, events,
just
and
makes
for which we need to add.
I'm so reluctant to actually get into coding. Like, this works. This works. I just need to figure out how. But I am going to find a bottleneck at some point with the resources that are available. Everything will be here that makes it simple. Well, everything that's simple will be available, but anything that's like slightly complicated or not run-of-the-mill, I'm gonna have difficulty, aren't I? I mean, there's a lot of nodes. without understanding anything. I've been there. I have definitely been there. Running through so many tutorials, and they're like, this is a way you can move around the entire board. I'm like, okay, I think I understand. And then you follow a completely different tutorial and it teaches you how to do it a completely different way. You're like, okay, I know nothing. I thought this was simple. You stick with something at least until you get the basics down. But is it just wasted time to be playing around with the visual coding? Then worry about the software. There's the resources to find how to do stuff. Like, it's all limited. I've just tried what I thought would have been a good idea, which is have a look on... Okay, which would have been to have a look on like ChatGPT and get it to tell me how to do something. But it was getting the words wrong, it was getting the node names wrong, didn't seem to explain it correctly. So it'll know how to do normal coding, but not visual coding. Because there's just not enough training data, I guess, maybe for it. We are... Oh, is it downloaded? Not yet. Like halfway. And then we can at least have a look at Unity. And then see if we like that.
At the velocity. And the second one is a 2D vector, which accepts coordinate X and Y values. Add getAxis node and type horizontal to get the value of our keyboard.
He's not even playing at a fast speed. This is just his normal voice.
Object for which we need to add the velocity. And the second one is a 2D vector, which accepts coordinate X and Y values. Add getAxis node and type horizontal to get the value of our keyboard presses either on the negative X or on the positive X direction. From the getAxis node, we will get the values as 0, -1, or 1. Now we will multiply this with our player speed variable so that it moves with this speed and not 1. We also need...
There was also this other thing called Scratch, which I think was developed by MIT for children. At the moment, I'm still pretty set about using all this stuff. Should we give ChatGPT just one last go? I'm gonna use the phone. Phone GPT. Hello, ChatGPT. I am using visual scripting on Game Maker Studio 2. I want to make a game, 2D game. Like a 2D game, where character can move left and right and set up traps to defend their base from an onslaught of enemies. See, if I knew how to actually code, it would just be like, here's the code for it. Objects. So we've got player object. As our step. I'm not sure about this assign variables. Remove them a sec. So if key pressed letter A, which is left, For each key, use the set horizontal speed. Set. See? There is no set horizontal speed. Set speed? Animation speed, set speed? Direction, horizontal. Okay, so I'm gonna have to MacGyver some of this. 2. Now this just makes sense. I know I keep saying this, and every time I think the ball's rolling, it explodes. So -1. -1. Relative? No, not relative. Maybe? Oh. Then we do the same for everything else. Oh god, how do you make it just look nice? How do you do the thing that I'm looking to do? I want that to happen again. Be paste. Then you over here. Up there. This would be so much easier with just lines. How do you get that? How do you do it so it's this? So A, D would be 1. No, it would just be 1. W, the vertical 1. S would be vertical -1. Okay. Doop-a-doop-a-doop-a. Okay, advises a speed of 5. Add a key release event. Stop movement when key is released. When key pressed. Isn't the key pressed? If key pressed. What? What? But if you don't press it, then the speed should go back down to 0. Key release event. Both keys. Oh, we're not going up and down. What are we doing? We don't need W or S. Just going left and right. Add the key release event for both keys and set the horizontal speed to 0 to stop movement when the key is released. Implement gravity or collision if your game has gravity. Don't think we need that. Add a step. Okay. So what happens here? So we've got a step. We have a step. We have a step. Just keep repeating we have a step. What happens if we play? Oh, we've not got a character in the room. You moron. Oh yeah, we do. Oh my god, it works. Oh my god. Oh my god, it works. Oh my god, look at him go. Wait, you can't see anything. What? Oh, so glorious. He's beautiful. I love him. He's my favorite. Favorite ever. Cool. Ship it. So that's good. So that works. So we've got movement. Create a different object for each trap. So we could have like a trap mine, trap spike. Okay, what do we want our first trap to be? Any suggestions for our first trap? Answers on a postcard. What color do we want as well? A blue background. Maybe do white suffice at the moment. Okay, I'm gonna just like free flow. So this, oh, not that. So this is our trap. Ah. Whoosh, 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 whoosh. Oh, it's a caltrop. Okay, yeah, we can do a caltrop. And a little thing up here to show that that's shiny. No, it's not. It's supposed to be like a little ding, but it doesn't look like a ding. There we go. Caltrop. Spur spike. So we have that. We need to then make an object. Probably need to make a parent object as well. Object. So we have our object, we have our sprite. What comes next? Trap placement mechanism. In your object player, add a logic to allow the player to place traps. Add a key press event for the key you want to use to place traps. For example, space. In the event, use create instance. Set the object to be one of your trap objects. Set X and Y coordinates to be where you want the trap to be placed, typically the player's current position. Where would that be? So this would be in object player. Object player. Key pressed. Let's do space. Create instance. Create instance of spike. Now, when it says relative, would be relative, right? Will that do it? Just gonna create a spike now. Do, 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 do. Okay, movement. We have it. It's a bit slow. I think they were right with the 5 move speed. Bush. 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 It's not working. I've not done it. Why? Layer instances. We assigned the sprite. Yes, we have. And this is key space, which we were doing. So why don't you work? Wait, because you're in here. You're in the wrong place. You're supposed to be in player. What the hell am I looking? Okay, yeah. If pressed space, then do that jazz. Because what was happening? The spike that didn't exist was spawning a spike at its location, which didn't exist. Bush. It's still not working. Space. So step. Key press. Space. The hell are you? Set speed? What am I looking at? What did you copy? That's not what I asked you to copy. Okay, I guess you just didn't copy it. That's fine. So we want create instance of spike at the position. Let's try that. Dush. Oh, glorious. Look how many spikes. Oh my god. That's so good. So spiky. Did you see? Wait, you didn't see any of that. That was for my eyes only. Let's try that again, shall we? Okay. So we have boop, 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 boop. So then we probably need to create an enemy and then set up a collision with spikes, right? But what does ChatGPT want me to do? Actually, I can't be asked to do it on my phone anymore. We just won't show it on the screen though. Please tell me it didn't do that. Okay, yeah. So we did the create trap objects. Yes. Placement done. Activation effect. For each trap object, add a collision event with the enemy object. So we've got to make an enemy. Script? I don't, no. Undo. Undo. Just want a sprite. What would the crying guy want to be defending himself from? Love? Responsibility? How does one manifest that? What's going to be the theme? Should we just do... Snails. Humanity's greatest foe. I like it. I like it. Should we give him another frame? Always. Can we copy? Yes, we can. Duplicate. Delete that one. Boosh. Yeah, let's make it easy. Let's make it easy for ourselves. Okay, and just like move it up and down slowly. It should just look like it's going up and down or breathing. What? Why are you two the same? It's supposed to be even higher. There we go. Creepy. Glorious. Okay. Spirit. Did I call these like enemy snail, or is snail good enough? Create an object. Object is object enemy snail bush. Right, so we have made our snail. Now I want to add logic for when it collides with the trap. I love when it's like, just add a logic. Okay, cool. Cool. We could do this. Would it be in... would the logic be in the trap or in the snail? For each trap object, add a collision event with the enemy object. So in the trap, add collision with enemy snail. We can just have like destroy at the moment. Destroy instance of other, which would be the snail. Yes, I think so. Setting up enemy waves. Create an enemy object. Yeah. Add movement logic. So the enemy moves towards the player's base. You could use the path actions. What are the path actions? Path? Oh my god, there's paths. Start following path. Following path? Path. Cool. What does any of this mean? I don't know. I need a base? I said I was going to make a base. Maybe I should make a base. What should our base be? Create sprite. Base. Buttery biscuit base. What do we love? What does the crying guy love so much that he would fight the snails for? Coffee? Medication. What's he defending from the snails? What are snails like? Apples? No? Plants? Balls. They love nondescript balls. Pink balls. Oh god. There we go. That's the player base. Actually, I'm not sure about that. That's our base. So we have Spur base. Object base, and then put the base in the room. Like so. Where are you over there? There we go. Cool. Path actions. So if we go to enemy snail, path, none. Speed 1. Tell me about this path business. So we've got a step. Move towards point. Oh. There is no move towards point. What are you talking about? It's just... What was it? Yeah, there we go. Start following path. I just want the snails to go towards the base from wherever they are. How did we do movements? Set speed? Set speed somehow towards the base. Paths following paths, grid-based pathfinding, blocking behavior, choosing right method. Okay, so we just want linear movement. What? Set following path. This wasn't here a second ago. That's not a thing, right, is it? I can't just... No, I can't. Start following path. I'll delete you. Doobie 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 doo. Movement towards base in the step event of object enemy. Move towards, is it? Wait. Jump to point, set point direction. How do I get it to move towards thing? Set a direction towards a specified point. Sounds right. Set direction? That doesn't seem right. Okay, I'll get them to tell me a bit more about the basic linear movement. Okay, try that. In the step event, no, I want it visual. Tell me about the pathing of the enemy to the base. See, here it's telling me about all the actual code of it, not the visual coding. Move towards point. What? Does not exist. What are you talking about? Oof. Set direction? Set speed? Let me just put all of these in and see what's good. Set point direction. Set speed towards. Add motion. Direction. This is upsetting. Like, it's fine with the coding. It's not fine with the visuals. Maybe if I just tell it that move towards point doesn't exist. Sorry, 2 seconds. Okay. Right, so we've got something else here. So set up object. Yep. Set direction and speed. Is there direction and speed, or are they two different things? Set a point. Do I need to make a variable of the position of the base? I'm gonna just add set point direction. Find the location of the base. There. Like 675. 675, 675. Set speed. Vertical 3. Relative, not relative, relative, not relative. What happens there? So we've got our Snell in. What's gonna happen? The Snell's just gonna disappear. Why? Let's see that again. Oh, it's relative to itself, right? Why is it going down there? Okay. So firstly, very fast. Secondly, speed relative. Let's try that. It is doing something funky. You can't see it. So that's where I want you to go. You're going too fast. Let's change your speed. Set point direction. Relative would be like doing the point direction from itself, right? For the snail. Do you want to set speed first? Is that what's confusing things? Point 5. Say that. It works. It works. We just need to adjust the point of origin. Middle center. Now, it should look a bit better. Still, the speed's quite... Why is you flying? Why is you flying? Oh, it's because you're actually flying. That's why. So if you're there... Cool, it works. So if I were to set up traps, collision will kill the snail. Nice. That works. Okay, that's cool. So you're telling me about spawning them. Setting up the enemy waves. So they spawn and then move towards the player's base. Use the path actions. I still don't understand those, but that's okay. Object that manages enemy spawning. Enemy spawner that uses a timer or random logic to create an instance of the enemy. Okay, I think we can do that. Enemy spawner. So I think you still need to be in the room, right? You're just invisible. So then the logic is... Do I want to set an alarm for this? Add a create event, yep. Create event, set timer. So create. Set timer. Wait. Again, there's no set timer. Set alarm. Alarm 0. Countdown. $60. That would be... Are we running 30 or 60 a second? Then add alarm event. Zero to create instance of a snail. Where? It's like here. 14675. Layer instance targets. Then reset timer node. After creating the enemy. Okay. Reset game. How do you reset timer? This alarm. What happens if we just leave it like this? So we'll only do it once. So you do have to reset the timer somehow. How'd you do that? Don't know. I think I'm getting tired. It's not sinking in. Okay, cool. That's for tonight then. I will love you and leave you. Thanks for chilling. Thanks for killing. And I'll see you when I see you next. Bye 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 bye. Bye 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 bye.